Alright, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about one upgrade that I think is a must no matter what power sports category you're into, whether it be motorcycles, jet skis, or ATVs. I think this is a must-do upgrade once the factory one fails, and that's going to be lithium batteries. We've had really bad luck with OEM batteries, given the fact that most of them only last about a year or two. The Grom one, we had to swap that one into the Navi because the Navi one only lasted a year. My Raptor only lasted 2 years and then it died. And I don't remember how long the FC07 battery lasted, but that one died as well. And we're actually swapping over a lithium from another lithium battery. So I wanted to talk about that as well. But the 450 comes with a lithium battery, so that one's still doing good. And that's why today I wanted to talk about lithium batteries and why I think they're so much better than the factory ones that come with your motorcycle, jet ski, or ATV. Number one is going to be that the lifespan is significantly better. We've had really good luck with Shirai, and we're trying out the new Tusk lithium batteries. So far we really like both. The Shirai, this one did fail on us, but I think that was part at fault of kind of how I had it laying in the FC07 itself. I think some corrosion had gotten into the port, into the charging port. We've had the Shirais for a really long time. This is a pretty old battery. I think this is around 6 years old or so, and this one has finally failed. But we have other Shirai batteries that are still holding strong, well over 6 years old. And with that lifespan, that well exceeds the cost-effective measures of this battery over a OEM battery, given the fact that OEM batteries cost roughly about half the cost compared to these lithiums. And the Tusk ones are significantly cheaper than the Shirai, but we've had great luck with both. And then we do like the Shirai. We have seen recently where they have been on back order a lot, and that kind of gives me concerns for the longevity or the future of the Shirai battery. And I've also heard many complaints about their issues on warranty. So we decided to flip over to the Tusks since we've heard really good things about them, and we've had one in Dad's Raptor 700. And I wanted to kind of show the difference between these batteries and the OEM. So the OEM battery weighs roughly a little over 7 pounds, and today we're going to find out how much these lithium ones are compared to the stock. So since I don't have OEM battery here, I had to look it up, but they say they weigh about a little over 7 pounds. So we'll go ahead and clear this out. So it says 0, and then we'll throw the Shirai on there first. And the Shirai is 2.39 pounds, and the Tusk lithium battery is 2.1 pounds. And that's roughly a 5-pound weight difference between these batteries and the OEM. So you get 5 pounds weight loss just by swapping out the battery. And that's why I think it's a must-do mod. But it's just a good time to do it once the other battery fails, because they don't last long anyway, so you might as well use it up. But you get an extended battery life and weight reduction, which I think is pretty cool. And you can actually feel it depending on what you're riding. Like even in the jet skis, when we swapped the Shirai batteries, or when we swapped the OEM battery for the Shirai, it's weird how you can feel how much lighter it is when you're flipping it back and forth. And the same thing with the motorcycles. It's crazy how much lighter it feels because it's up high. It's not down low where you wouldn't feel it as much. But being up high in the center of gravity, it's a much more noticeable difference. And with the smaller compact size of the lithium batteries, I did want to mention that they come with padding. So they come with all this padding that you can modify your box without doing anything permanent to the factory setup. So I'll show you over here what that more looks like. That's going to be the battery box itself, and you can see here we've installed the foam for putting in the new lithium battery. I had to adjust it from the Shirai to the Tusk because the Tusk is even smaller. So we'll go ahead and throw that in. And I also wanted to mention with the lithium batteries how much faster the engines start. So if you have a bike that's having trouble starting, the little bit more power from a lithium battery does help with that. But speaking of bikes not starting, Dad's XR650L is having some issues starting. We don't have any spark. So check out for that video when we fix the XR650L, once we figure out what's wrong and kind of how we diagnosed it. But in the meantime, let's throw this Tusk battery in and see if the FZ07 will start. And one thing too I wanted to mention with the Tusk, I like that they have these, let's see if I can get it on camera, these washers that give up the space, because a lot of times with our motorsports we seem to find that these connectors have tabs on them, and these tabs kind of make it so they don't fit. They can't line up with the threads on the battery. So with the spacer, it kind of makes up that gap between the washer, or between the battery and the connector. Otherwise you'd have to either cut that tab or bend it up, and that's not really quality finish. But with the washer that they include with the Tusk battery, you can install it and not have to worry about bending the tab. And I also like tightening down the batteries with a 10mm socket, but most of them seem to be 10mm with a ratchet, and that way it's a lot less likely to strip out the screw or screw head with a Phillips. Battery terminals connected, and the wires are snug but not pinching anywhere. Everything's tucked in real nice, and the battery's not moving around. And I'm also 5 ounces lighter than even my Shirai battery. But anyway, that's my one must-do mod that I think is a necessity for anybody who's into their power sports and looking to keep them for an extended period of time, as they tend to last a lot longer. Like I said, we've been seeing more like 2 years out of OEM batteries, and it's not real great. So with how expensive these batteries are, it's really more cost effective just to go with lithium, and time savings to not have to go to the store, pick up a new one, recycle the old one, and reinstall it. The only thing that you have to do with these is reshape the battery box, which is not a big deal. And when you're considering price, I know the Shirais are a little bit more up there. They're in the $230 to $250 range, but these Tusks are pretty cheap. This one was a little over $100 at $109, and you can't find anything worth putting in for much less than that. So I think it's a win-win to go with a lithium battery. I just wanted to share my thoughts. Drop a comment what you think below. How's your experience been? What other brands of lithium batteries that you like? And also what you think of the video. But I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.